Hey everyone, Commander Buck Chuck here, and I'm just going to show you a little video today on, well, I guess what other people call the Graviteam mindset. We're going to just do a little defense that I had on Kalinkova, a final offensive, playing as the Germans. We're on the first turn, so jump onto the... Oh, I can't show you the map because I have the saved battle. But basically what's going on here is we have been pushed back on the north. Actually, you know what? I think this is the same map, so I can use this one as our example. Yeah. So right now in our save game, we've been just pushed back on this line in our first tactical battle. And that's to the north of Kalinkova. And we're supposed to be holding all of this territory, I believe. Or getting pushed back to the west. And we're probably fighting in this territory right about here, or this general area during this tactical battle right now. We'll go back to the actual game though. Hey guys, so here we are on the battlefield, as expected. So the battle has already started, and the thing is, I just wanted to make a quick video showing you kind of how when you set up your units effectively, which I've been trying to get better at, using the terrain a bit more to my advantage, and it helps if you hide, not the key points, want to hide the briefing, and that gives you a little bit of a better view of the terrain, even on the tactical battle. So what it looks like is we have these rivers here going through a gully, the city, our little urban village, suburb, not rural village, I should say. And the Russians are coming from that direction, having to move up this lowland and just across the open onto our positions. So we set up a pretty good area. I mean, look. All in the open here, right? They can't have any eyes on our platoon over there. Our machine gun platoon. All of these guys are pretty well out of sight. With indirect fire, which we have some mortars, spotter over there, we should be able to get some eyes on. Let's see, are they? Yeah, so all these guys are engaging this Soviet platoon, I would assume, platoon-sized element over here. They're in the open, we're in pre-prepared, dug-in positions with avenues of approach that kind of give us pretty good cover. Our guys are dug in and entrenched, very small target. Let's see. Let's click on one of these guys. Here, we'll get some action instead of me just talking. They're engaging from 400, 500 meters. That's, optimal engagement range for these guys. And they can't be engaged by the full bulk of the Soviet forces due to the terrain, which we lucked out on. I couldn't even tell that on the tactical map, the operational map, because over here, these guys have a slight change in elevation, so they can't have eyes on these guys over here that are kind of isolating and destroying the Soviet advance, while hopefully the same thing happens on this portion of the battlefield, which we haven't had these guys open fire yet, because we kind of want them to fall in a little bit more, go across, okay, no barbed wire, but, if they move up and their tanks end up coming up, they're going to get stuck in these trenches. I prefer using, the dug-in trenches than the pre-made ones. The enemy will often target the pre-made ones with artillery, which we kind of got lucky on this one. Our last map, we got destroyed with artillery, but over here they didn't. They must have allocated those resources to other areas, which is making their attack a little bit less effective. Attacking these dug-in German positions across, in the open with no supporting fire and only a couple of KV tanks that, oh, okay, they're moving up, but they can't engage anything yet. So this is where hopefully our pack guns are going to have a clear line of fire. We have some pack 40s, which are, where are they? This far side of the map. I don't think they're going to have a range on these KVs. No line of fire. But these pack 36s on the other hand also didn't. Okay. So that's not great, but we'll see. The Soviet attack is certainly picking up in intensity. That's got a scope. Love hearing those MG42s. These guys might be pretty well equipped. Pretty much full strength. Regulars. Good morale. Not a bad situation in terms of, tactical battle. Let's take a look at who retreated. It's always tough to tell. I'll have to look for the flashing icon. I'm not seeing. Maybe this guy? Maybe our... Oh, he's just hanging in there. Good spot to have an MG set up. Right on this wood line. Good tree coverage. Provides a little bit of cover and concealment, engaging Soviet targets in the open 600 meters. I mean, look at this. Man, oh man, I did not realize how good this was going to go. Oh, good for us, bad for them. Sheesh. See what else is going on. This is nice because you're kind of able to just sit and not give too many orders when you're on the defense. Man, look at that. I think, what I kind of was saying in my other videos, there's, well, my other single 2 videos, but there's nothing like Graviteam in terms of recreating visually what World War II might have looked like a little bit, on a grand scale. This is something. Win or lose, certainly enjoying, but I do feel a little optimistic on our chances. We still don't even have everybody opening fire, or, okay, these guys are retreating. No, must not be motivated. No, they're not in the best positions. I mean, not terrible, but maybe we need to support them. Is there anything we can do? Our mortars are already there. Ooh. Who do we have over here? optimal range yet? I don't think so. No, it's got to get real close without these guys. This might be worthwhile soon to open up. No, not quite yet. Foggy morning. So let's see. Check the time real quick. Yeah, afternoon, about 1 p.m. Foggy. Line of Soviet infantrymen. Not a good place to find yourself in the spring of 43, I think. Could be wrong on that date. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Okay, those tanks came out. They came very fast. Oof. We missed some things, alright. Let's get our pack guns firing stat. See if we can recover from this. I think we can. Not if you're doing that. Unfortunate. Could be worse. Just a machine gun. Oof. This could be bad. This definitely has the potential to not be a good thing. Thankful for these trenches, but these, I don't know if they're KV-1s or KV-85s. We'll find out in the after action, perhaps, but thank gosh for these trenches. I was wondering if this was going to get stuck or not, but it looks like it might. Not that that's perfect, because I'd like the pack guns to be able to engage. Well, I guess we might as well just have them engage everything at this point. Anyone who's not firing yet isn't doing their job. The line has been penetrated. I definitely got distracted a little bit, but we're holding our own. What the hell? What are you doing? Who are you? Leutnant Karlsbrenner. Wow. Very brave. And again, another machine gun. Damn. Those tanks are murdering them. You know, makes sense. These guys, these recon soldiers they're experienced, eager men of the anti-tank battalion. Oh, I don't know what they're equipped with, but I guess being in an anti-tank battalion gives you some handheld explosives. Maybe. Maybe not. Still, they do appear to be giving these heavy Soviet tanks a run for their money. Would have probably benefited them to come with a infantry contingent. But we might have kind of mowed them down. The tanks might have not had the best comms, or the AI command wasn't thinking, and sent in these tanks unprotected, and it looks like now they're withdrawing. Wow. I mean, glad I'm getting this on video. You don't always see that. A recon platoon pushing back, you know, causing your Soviet spearhead essentially in this sector to fall back. Very, very pleased. mean, they took losses, no doubt, but I can accept those losses when you hold back an assault like that. Make sure these guys are hanging tight. These guys are holding their own. Everyone's gonna start shooting now, because this is war. Except our commanders, we don't need them to shoot. Looks like a nice little engagement over here. Through the barbed wire, some packs. Again, probably not doing the best job explaining this, but I get a little too caught up just watching the scenery, why the Soviet KVs were able to push through, but terrain here is everything. And you can't even discern, I mean, you know, a more skilled map reader than I probably could discern all these minute details in the terrain, because this is the stuff, like during your placement, that matters. You know, putting down a group of infantry behind, you know, in cover, which we have with our entrenchment, concealment a little bit, and then our avenues of approach for the enemy are kind of, I mean, if they had supporting weapons, they could, from this hill up here, be shooting from 2 kilometers, kilometer and a half away, but luckily for us, they didn't, and they just sent infantry through, who were promptly dispatched of due to the, you know, terrain. You're able to maximize this platoon's firepower while minimizing their profile on this area, and a higher volume of fire means combat superiority, which, you know, combat sustainability for us is 100. For any theoretical enemy over there would be, I mean, they're dead, you know. Combat sustainability of 0, and that's how you win in this game. Which I'm not very good at. I don't usually win, but that's why I recorded this one. It's a great opportunity to show when terrain is on your side, even though the Soviets have some, you know, superior tanks. They came at us with or they're still coming at us with a much, much heavier in terms of numbers force, but with the terrain and just a few tools, and I could have done better. I mean, look, I'm losing guns. But I think we're still going to hold, which is what matters. Yeah, now we're engaging those KVs, so this area, Luftler, no, I guess, damn, dead, commander, I guess still alive. Richter, brave man. Our most important weapons here. I love hearing those MG42s chatter. Big thanks to the Rookie Sound mod. This is just awesome. Ooh. Love to see that. It's not my tanks. Oh, okay, they're still taking fire. Let's see the effect of our batteries and placement and terrain and all this theory, doctrine I spoke, how it's playing out on the battle. Nice, okay, still getting lines of fire. Yeah, these KVs, when used appropriately in a well-planned assault, would be devastating right now. They could be ripping us to shreds. Again, you know, I'm thankful for the terrain and the weaponry at our disposal. If we didn't have strong enough AT guns to fend them off, they could probably regroup and push through. And if they were supported by artillery, or honestly, even if they keep throwing wave after wave of infantry in at us, they can and will wear us down eventually. So we're not taking out all of their tanks or all of their infantry. I mean, look over here on this side, we started off great, and, well, not great, but still holding fire superiority. But, you know, given time, losses are inevitable. That's why we gotta, you know, get more of them than they get of us in these attritional defensive battles, especially 1943. We're not seeing it here, but by now the Soviets are getting Lend-Lease material. The Wehrmacht is, well, if it's 1943, which I believe it is, spring of 1943, still reeling from, you know, Stalingrad, but I'm just talking in terms of, you know, the strategic picture. It's tactically, if you have a well-supplied unit and good terrain, very lethal, although not sustainable as we see in real life history. End of Germany, 1945, Berlin. Ultimately, the Soviet onslaught, growth in tactics, technology, Lend-Lease, will overwhelm the Wehrmacht. I am certainly excited to see the casualty report. Soviet infantry is taking heavy losses. I wonder how sustainable. I haven't played this operation before, so for all I know, this could just keep coming and coming, and I have a feeling that we won't be able to sustain wave after wave. But the Soviets might. If I were taking these kind of losses on an offensive, I would have probably called back by now. But I'm also one of those players that holds his troops' lives in high regard. Although when I'm playing the Soviets, not so much. I suppose that's an element of the role-playing aspect of it that I like about Graviteam. Man, the German line is holding, but getting chewed up. I mean, yeah, we're not without casualties here. I hate to lose a Pack 40, I really do. Hopefully it can be fixed if we don't fall back, which what may be at risk of at this point. Good thing we're doing an hour-long battle. If it were 2 hours, I'd be a lot more negative on it. Richter, is it you? No. Butch, still at full strength. Destroyed. At least we still have the men. I care about that, you know. Guns, replaceable, maybe. Guns, people, material, mobility, which we really don't need on a defensive, but I'm happy to have them regardless. What the hell got captured? You're not even being overrun. For this one, I turned on large scale, or unlimited scale of battle, because initially I could not lose this one. It had the black square inside and the black square in this one, which would have made it easier. But I actually gained an extra battle group, maybe even 2 extra battle groups, and I know one of them was one of these groups, which had the AT guns, so I'm glad that I did. That's a little, useful thing that you can know, or not know, that you can use. I learned probably from someone in the Discord, so whoever you are, shout out for that tip, or reading it somewhere, or watching it in another YouTube video. But going into no limit, if your PC can handle it, can give you more units, and you can vary that between battle to battle. It is a little cheesy, I guess, and manipulating the system, but I mean, that's just how I like to play the game. Gonna give myself whatever little edges I can without fully cheating and altering the simulator aspects if I can. Anyway, before this video gets too long, I will cut it here, I think. And honestly, I really do like this battle, so I might pause the battle when I'm done with this video. And if there's any feedback on what people want to see, I could just, you know, run through, continue to do a video going around with no commentary. I don't know what kind of light people like, so I don't know if I should be trying to keep them at like 10 minutes or an entire playthrough of just zooming around the battlefield, getting some, you know, movie-like footage like I'm trying to do right now, where you take away the HUD and zoom around and get on ground level, do some commentary, or I don't know, do people want stuff like that, or kind of short 10-minute videos showing more of the quick lessons and tactics and seeing all the markers and whatnot. So whatever feedback you guys have, I'd be happy to hear it, because trying to get into this streaming thing, or not streaming, I suppose this is creating a video, and obviously rocky start, but yeah, let me know in the comments, and thank you for taking the time to watch, and hopefully you learned something. Hope to be seeing you soon. Take care for now.